Hello and welcome to another edition of Chamber Dialogue on the Facebook and YouTube channels of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications. Now, today we are discussing fraud and how to protect your finances. This is a theme that we've been discussing or using or going back to over the years. Now, fraud has been with us since time immemorial, but with the advent of technology, which has served us well, they are developing typologies of fraud that we constantly need to take off the fraud seen in the year 2023, what you should do to protect yourself in the holiday season, and also 2024, what should you look forward to? Well, my name is Bobi Osei, and you're watching this edition of the Chamber Dialogue, and we're going to go for a quick break. When we return, I'll introduce my exciting guest, and then we'll just get into the conversation. Do stay with us.
Your friend Kwesi Isaac, we were London market. Me ye juma me sasa bidie ni ebro. Me ye ebro waka mu bidie waka mu. Na me use phone. Phone na me use no de ye juma pa. Ai na nkrofo hia me a o mo de frɛ me. Ye tumi frɛ mo Tema station. Nungwa tashi labad achimota me koyi load. Ejuma me ye no obi a hia me a o frɛ me e wo phone so. Nti me phone ya ade bia me nkonja no ebu kura me niska kura me tumi tiwa na matare me phone e bele ma pick ya na Kwesi Isaac ejuma be pio achimoto na ma fla boys na me no me yejo no na yakoyi ye kura na se wenye skin try ya kakura ye betumi aba obetumi da send mo mobile phone help me wa.
So if you got the opportunity to look at the Bank of Ghana's 2022 fraud report, you realize that over 12,000 cases of fraud, I think related to mobile money especially, were committed in the year 2022. Slight increase from 2021. And the amount lost, well, millions of Ghana cedis. So how would you protect yourself? Like I said, I have some two experts here with me to basically, share some nuggets of wisdom that you can use to protect yourself. We keep doing this advocacy, doing the education to ensure that wherever you are, wherever you find this clip, whether on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, you at least take something out of it to more or less, protect your finances, not just yours, but maybe of your business or your family. So I'm just going to ask my guests to introduce themselves, starting with the lady to my left. Who are you and where are you coming from, please?
Okay, my name is Regina Edu. I'm a fraud analyst with Vodafone Ghana, and I'm excited to be here today.
I love it. And then the gentleman next to
I'm Masood Ture Abdurazak, and I'm with Airtel Tigo as the Margin Assurance Manager.
Margin Assurance. He's no stranger to the dialogue, and she's also no stranger to our advocacy work here at the Chamber in trying to equip everybody. So let's dive straight into it. A few days to end the year. When you sit back and take stock of the year 2023, the fraud scene, what comes to mind? I mean, if you can share briefly, a minute or two. I don't know if Masood, do you want to start?
Okay, so talking about 2023 in summary, I think in terms of improvement in fraud management, yes, we've done a lot. We've really impacted a lot of knowledge around also trying to help protect in the individual purses and also the business monies. And then, but you and I know fraud cannot be prevented entirely. Yeah. Yes. So we try to do our best in order to safeguard everyone.
Okay. So he's talking about education and other steps that have been taken. When you think of the fraud landscape, I mean, are you disappointed? Are you encouraged? What's your take?
I would say I'm disappointed. So in the space that we find ourselves, it's something that we expect. Mm-hmm. It's said that if you don't experience something new in a long while, you are thinking, so two things comes to mind. It's either nothing is happening, or, which is never the case, or something is happening and you are just not picking it up.
Something big.
So exactly. So I'm not disappointed. It's like we just following the normal trend, seeing something new every time. That's
Interesting. I mean, they say, as the hunter learns to shoot, the bird also learns to, But I mean, we need to start shooting down the fraudsters more. For you, are there any scary fraud types that you remember in 2023? You're like, wow, this is really causing some harm, or this is really worrying a lot of people. Any particular fraud type? It could be the same thing that you are concerned with, or you've noticed in 2023 especially.
okay. So I can start.
Yeah.
I think basically it would be the same thing. It's the same fraud, but the modus operandi changes every time. And I think one thing that has been with us post-pandemic is the advance fee fraud, where people pay for items and they are never delivered. You would think that by now you would have learned something, but looks like it's still with us, and that is on the rise. And so in 2023, I think it's one of the things that is really taking the money. But then something getting to the latter part of 2023 crept in, where we see, let me put it this way, task-based fraud.
Okay, can you explain?
Exactly. So in this type of fraud, for some time now, they will be sharing things on WhatsApp pages that we are on and telling you that if you pay 200 cedis, we will give you 400. Now it's the same thing, but it has taken a different twist. Now they share, so somebody will contact you in two phases now. Somebody will contact you on WhatsApp or any other social media platform, offering you a job. It's so seamless. You don't have to do anything. Just go and watch some videos. Then they will pay you. Truly, they pay you.
Okay.
So for the first two videos, you are paid some few cedis.
Yeah.
And then that is when the other side is introduced to you. After they have given you something, you are now thinking these people are legit. Then they come in with the other aspect, where they are now telling you to pay 200 cedis, then we will give you whatever amount paid. So they will give you in ranges.
Wow.
So that is
something that's creeping in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's on the increase now.
Yeah, and I've gotten those messages and texts. They're very persistent. Very persistent. Wow. Okay. So that's something to look. Masood, I don't know if the same thing or something else.
Okay. I think I have a few more, but maybe I'll touch one.
Yes.
So we have the phishing, which has been dominant. The account hijacks. Yeah. So the WhatsApp, Facebook accounts hijacks. So they hijack your account and then they will broadcast messages to your family members asking for help, like instant help. So you have to send some funds to a particular number. When you send the funds, they quickly withdraw it, and then your family will now lose their funds. Yeah, in that regard. And then we have one latest one that's happening now, which is the charity scam. So people create, let me say, the merchants lines, which let's use the VRA impacted people, for example. So they'll tell you they are creating a charity platform where they'll mobilize money, funds, and then use it to support these people. So you send monies to such people, and then they end up vanishing away with them.
So I mean, it comes back to this theme of, I don't know if it's social engineering, but it's really surprising. Now the question I want to ask is, I mean, AT, Vodafone, MTN, and the likes have been doing a lot of education. So is it that we're not doing enough? I mean, why is it that the people still keep falling, victim to these scams? I mean, you've been doing it for a while, so I'm sure you have some insights.
Okay, so you can look at it from two angles. From the angle of the fraudster, who is making money without really doing anything, so they can invest these monies in their schemes. Now, on the side of the victim, we can say maybe illiteracy, but then you look at it again, then you have to conclude that greed is the brain behind all this. So in what we do, you get a complaint from a customer, for instance, and the customer is complaining that I sent 200 cedis to this person who was supposed to deliver 5 laptops to me. So somebody contacted you on social media, you don't know the person, you just got a Facebook message that I want to be your friend and I want to give you X amount of dollars. Just send 200 cedis to this person and then I'll send. It doesn't, exactly. On a normal day, if you sit down and analyze the whole thing, you're not supposed to even engage somebody like this, but you are. So I think it's the illiteracy on some part and then greed,
pure greed
on another level.
Wow. Masood,
let me just add up. So just as she said, you send the money. So sometimes, maybe let's say in the first instance, maybe it was a moment of distraction. So you're impacted. Okay, you send the money. Because in that instance, if he should tell you something, you are going to report the case immediately for them to refund you your money or freeze the transaction. So the person will find a way to distract you, then you buy time to withdraw the money immediately. So there are a lot of things that are happening out there, but that's an instance. But sometimes too, let me see, the fraudsters, they do refine their ways.
Yes, absolutely.
They have various tactics that they use. Once they realize this forum as we are in, I think they are also watching. They are picking these tips we are giving out. They are picking up those tips and then refining
their ways.
So it's a problem. We have to continuously do this.
Wow. I mean, it's really strange. Now we're currently in the holiday season. Everyone is excited, trying to spend time with their family and friends. Are there? What should people, or what fraud types should people be looking forward to as we are currently within the Yuletide season and holiday season?
Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, post-pandemic, we are all now living virtual. We are buying things online, paying for them. So in this season that we are in, and people are going to be ordering things for their family, they want to surprise them. So they will be paying for whatever thing for them. We should be on the lookout for these people. They will set up, they have the shops already online, fake shops. And so we are going to experience a hike in the advance fee fraud, as mentioned earlier. People will pay for a lot of things that will not be delivered. So if you can, walk to a shop. If not, we have shops that can be trusted online that you can shop from. If not, go to a shop. That's the best thing to do. But advance fee, we are expecting it to be on the increase. And like you mentioned, the charity scams. Christmas is known for giving. And so now that we are in the season, they use pictures of prominent people and exactly. So just to entice you to donate, and you think you are donating to a cause, but you are just giving to a fraudster. So the charity incidents would increase because of the season we find ourselves in. But then the advance fee will also go up.
So in as much as Ghanaians are, should I say, empathetic and caring, and even though they might not have a lot, will still want to give the little they have to support people in need. What you're saying is people need to be smart. Don't just give because someone is asking you to give.
No.
Do your due diligence.
Your due diligence.
But someone will say, "Oh, me, I don't care. I don't care where it goes. As long as I've done it."
You should. Okay. You should care, because if you give them money to the fraudsters, now they are making a lot of money to fund their activities. So those that are fighting them don't have the kind of money they are getting. If I tell you how much somebody lost like 2 weeks ago.
Tell me, please tell me.
more than 100,000 in a day, and it was just one person. So you can imagine.
100,000.
Exactly, 100,000 Ghana cedis. Let me add the Ghana cedis. That is how much they are making. So if you don't care, you are just donating for donating's sake, even though it's funding their activities, it will come back to bite all of us. Now they are making the money to invest in the technologies that they need to perpetuate this act. So we should all care.
So the charity cases, advance fee, like you said, which basically when you break it down, is people who are paying before they actually get the goods they are,
Exactly.
Wow. So walk to the shop. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
You can.
So Masood, for you as well.
Yeah, walking to the shop, walking to the shop. Yeah, so these are vendors you met online. You don't know their whereabouts. You are not even sure of their shop. So you just ask the person, where's your shop located? And the person says, Budumburam. You don't just get up and go to Budumburam alone. So you try as much as possible to avoid such remote locations when it comes to purchases, e-commerce purchases.
Yes.
Or maybe if you should go, then make sure you meet the person at a public place. Let's say
I'm actually we're gonna come to the solutions and things they can do.
Okay.
But I mean, like I asked her, she's mentioned advance fees, she's mentioned the charity schemes. For you, I mean, in December, for example, what other fraud types should citizens be wary of, and businesses even?
Yeah,
I mean, people are going to Mokola to buy goods.
Yeah.
Are people going with counterfeit, funds?
Yes.
What exactly should we be looking out for?
Okay, so I'll take the social engineering bit.
Okay.
These are seasons where our families abroad and even those around send us monies, and then we also do send to our friends and all that. Yeah, so someone could take advantage of these transactional traffic situations and then use it to lure you to send some funds, because the person can text you a text message, maybe trying to tell you that you've received an amount for so and so person. Then you later on follow up with a call. So when the person follows up with a call, you should first confirm the source of the text. Yes, these text messages, transactional text messages, should come from the MNOs. And then there is a designated line, sender IDs for such transactions. Yeah, so you should expect no transactional message from any other sender ID but that of the MNOs.
So any random numbers?
No, you should avoid. So whenever you have such a calls, someone telling you I've sent you money mistakenly, or maybe even it could be genuine, but I want you to send it to another person, what you should do is pause for a minute, confirm the source of whatever information, or ask further questions. Try to interrogate the person, understand wherever the person is calling from, and then why the person sends the money through you to send to another person and all that. So you need to ask various questions.
Okay. So you have spoken about the advance fee and the charity, the examples or schemes. And you are talking about which one in particular?
The social engineering.
The social engineering. Yeah. Social engineering. Okay, great, awesome. So these are 4 types that people certainly need to look out for. And be wary of. I mean, anyone for businesses, for example, any 4 types they should be aware of. People are walking into shops and eating without paying. They are, I don't know, sending money, and then they'll say maybe it's the network, so you should wait until the funds come in. For the businesses, anything for them as well?
Yes.
Any 4 types they should be looking out for?
Yeah. So someone can walk to a restaurant, eat, then after the person will tell you I'm sending via Momo.
Yes.
The person will send the money, all right, but later will go home and then call the MNO and report that I mistakenly sent an amount to such number. So sometimes what we the MNOs do is with such reports, we call both parties to confirm, especially the person who the money was sent to confirm whether you received this amount, and then are you aware of it or not?
Did you render a service?
Yes, exactly. So sometimes due to that call, maybe you get to know that this person is trying. They rendered a service to him, and then he's trying to find a way to recoup his money, fraudulently. So we freeze those transactions and then do further checks before reversing them. Wow.
All right. So I mean, you're smiling. I don't know if you have anything to say, but I want to take a quick break unless you have something else to add to that.
Oh, I like you mentioned, I think businesses should pay attention, especially to the source of these transaction messages. I've seen in instances where people went to shops to buy items. They paid, like you can see the message. They paid, and the seller received confirmation. You've received X amount, but there was no transaction. There was no money was sent to this seller. Exactly. Wow. So the fraudsters can now generate their own transaction SMS. Wow. It's if you look at it on the face value, it's very legit. It looks very nice.
Okay.
So they should just pay attention.
Okay. So we basically we've been, I don't know. We're going to go for a quick break. When we return, we'll basically go into the steps that individuals can take to protect themselves, and then also what businesses can do to also protect themselves, and even what we are doing as industry to also more or less ensure that our customers are not continuously defrauded. Yeah. All right. So still watching the Chamber Dialogue here with us. We are basically just doing some advocacy around ways by which you can protect your funds, especially during this holiday season. This is the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications, our Facebook and YouTube channels. We're going to go for a quick break. When we return, we'll talk more or delve deeper into what steps you should be taking. I mean, these things have been said, over and over again, but it's important that we reiterate the point. What steps should you take to ensure that your funds on your phone, your funds, in the bank, are not exposed to fraudsters or fraudulent people? So do stay with us. We'll be right back.
I don't sit up, crash.
You know they sit up. You never go sit up. Every day you know they sit up. I know get the slides.
Forget. Sefa crash, she keep chop.
Call him over.
Sefa! Tell her call her for phone. Charlie.
It's okay.
Oh, where are you two? Why?
I'm sorry.
You're always late. What's up?
Sorry.
Tell him over.
Let's go. Hello? Yes. You've sent money into my account. I've not yet seen the message. Let me check and get back to you. So these people never get that idea.
What is it?
This man says he just sent money into my account, but I can't see any message.
Hey.
Oh. The people at work.
they don't get fraud alert that, Charlie.
He's calling back. Let me put on speaker.
Is it the same number?
Hello?
Please, have you seen the message?
Yes, but why is it from a phone number and not the network?
Madam, I don't know. All I know is my money has come to you and I'm asking you to send it back.
You have to call the network to transfer it back to you.
Madam, do you want them to block your account?
See, this hot afternoon, don't come and disturb anybody. You can't come and give me pressure.
So you somebody chop your money small, then you do what?
This time of the year, we chop money. Fraud. Cool.
But you check your account and be sure. Now these people
There is nothing here to even show. There's
just be sure. Some call me the camera.
Is it the same number?
I don't know. Different. Hello?
Hello, I am calling from the head office. We received complaint from Black and White Ventures that you have received mobile money by mistake and you have refused to send it back.
What is your name?
My name is Georgina Mensah. I am calling from the head office.
And what do you want?
If you don't send it back, we will block your account though.
See, feel free, block the account. We are tired of you. We know you are fraud. Block it. Charlie, be smart. Don't become a victim of mobile money fraud. Stay safe.
So have you lost any money in 2023? Well, hopefully you do not lose any more in the coming year. Because we are here trying to understand the fraud scene, understand what fraud types you should be looking out for during this holiday season. My guest here, Regina Edu and then Masood, have been basically walking us through the fraud types you should be careful of. First, the advance fee, where you actually pay before you see the good. You should not be doing that. You should not be sending money if you've not seen your good. And then also, what's it called? The charity scheme where people would using this season to say, okay, donate so that we can, help people in need. Be careful, be very, very careful. And then Masood also spoke about, social engineering. People are using various means to, defraud people out there. So it's important that you listen, because the next conversation that we are going to have is about what key steps you can take. Simple steps that you can take to ensure that your funds are protected. Yes, so welcome back. This is the Chamber Dialogue on the Facebook and YouTube channels of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications. We're happy to have you. So back to it. We've spoken about what's happening, the fraud types to look out for. Masood, people are losing money. So walk me through what key things. I know we touched on some of them, but what can we do? What can people do to ensure that they protect themselves? So you can walk me through any fraud types and what matching measures they should take.
Okay. Okay. Let me take the charity scheme, for instance. Yeah. So with situations when you find yourself, let me say, with a charity scam. Yeah. First, maybe what they usually do is they create WhatsApp groups or Telegram channels and all that, trying to get people on board before they broadcast their messages, and then they give an account for you to deposit the money in.
So not to cut you, but hold on to that thought. If we are all added to groups we have not joined randomly. So are you saying if anybody asks me to the group, I should immediately get out before they even get it?
Yes, it's the best thing to do. And then I think WhatsApp has a feature where you can actually, what's the name? Specify who can add you to a particular group. Yeah, so if you've not given the person that authority to add you, the person has to now share the link with you, and then with your own discretion you decide to join or not. Yes, so it's best you activate this security feature. Yeah, it helps you avoid such scam groups.
So that not just anyone can add you, but then before they add you, you need to give permission or approval before you can.
Exactly.
Okay. So I mean, on your point about the fact that they normally organize these WhatsApp groups and Telegram
yes.
groups.
So in this group, now they have you guys on board. They now broadcast their message. So they first identify themselves as an NGO or maybe a church, or maybe any other institution which seeks to mobilize funds to support a particular cause. Yeah. So here, maybe you, for a point, you have to pause and then you investigate the source. Yes. Because if they mention an institution, find out if this institution really exists. And then you can go through their website, or maybe they should have a Facebook channel or any other channel you know of, or you can ask people around to see if there's a credible source where you can invest or you can trust your funds in there for charity purposes. Yes, I think that's the first step you have to take. But yes, basically that.
So that's for the charity scenarios.
Yes.
You also mentioned social. I don't know if you want to come in here, but you mentioned social engineering, for example. I mean, what steps are we taking? Because someone will just call you and tell you, hey, your daughter, in this particular school is ill. So the person is at the hospital now. It's an emergency. Send money now. There are all those scenarios. I don't know, like we've educated people, like you said, do your checks. But any word on that, on what people should be doing in such scenarios where people are using social engineering?
Taking the example you gave, for instance, your ward was called, you were called from maybe school, claiming that they are from your child's school. Yeah. Maybe she has been admitted to a hospital or she was transferred to a particular hospital. Yes, you can confirm the name of the hospital and then find out if this particular patient has been admitted. But
they won't be like, madam, your daughter is dying, or she's dying, or if you don't want to, you can. And then they'll hang up. They create a scenario where you end up getting scared, so you don't even think straight.
It's a moment of distraction. That's what I call it. They always, fraudsters always try to get you in such situations where maybe you are forced to act before thinking. Yeah. Yeah. So always, what I tell people who fall into such situations is pause and think. No matter the situation, pause and think.
Master, why are you pausing? Why are you pausing? Your daughter is about to die. Why are you pausing? I mean, they are giving you pressure.
So that should even tell you it's a scam. There shouldn't be a pressure in there. The pressure should come like by itself. Okay. It shouldn't be a force from them. Okay. Yes. Okay. So you should take note of such red flags.
Okay. So basically, in the situation where there's social engineering, pause and think. Yeah. Pause and think and do your verifications. Exactly. Do not act before thinking. Yes. Exactly. Okay. So I mean, he's taking your points basically. But I don't know if you have anything else to add to that.
Oh, I think in let's say in the scenario like your ward is sick, you've been called. I think you can always call the school to find out. That is something that I think I've experienced it before. It's not me, but my somebody in my house where I stay now was called. The lady was called that the daughter is sick, so they have taken her to the hospital. In her case, she was supposed to send a certain amount. I was in the house. I was trying to calm her down, but she wasn't even listening because she's a mother.
You're serious?
Exactly. She's a mother. And I'm trying to explain to her that there's something fishy about it. You know your daughter's teacher. The teacher didn't call you. The person that called you from the school claiming to be calling from you don't even know the person. Call the teacher. Fortunately enough, you have the teacher's number. She wasn't listening, but I had to get the brothers involved. So they advised her to call. There was nothing like that. But she was called, and it was a very hot afternoon. Wow. Demanding a certain amount because you're a mother. And so when the pressure starts coming in, that should be for you something that should alert you that something is not right.
But it's so difficult, like you said, as a mother. The moment you hear anything is wrong with your child, you go into this mode where you want to do anything possible, and they rely on that, knowing that you would act. But like you're saying, take pause and think and verify.
Exactly.
Pause, think, verify. Pause, think, verify. Wow. So that's for social engineering, and then what's it called? The advance fee. Okay. Situation, for example, what are people supposed to be doing?
Okay, so doing what I do, one thing I've come to realize is Ghanaians are very good doing post things when it comes to being defrauded. So the due diligence that they were supposed to do before paying for the item, they do it after. So when you get some of the reports, they would come in like, a lot of people have been defrauded. How did you find out? That means after you were defrauded, you went to check. Now, when you want to buy online, there are some basic tips that you can find out for yourself. For instance, somebody who is selling online, like an online shop, the person's comment section is turned off. That is your first, a genuine person, the comment section will not be turned off. Yes, genuinely, some people are fraudulent still, but their comment sections are turned on. They have their friends commenting like,
to make it seem like.
Exactly. But for most of them, their comment sections are turned off. But before you even, if you want to buy, ask around, because the same way you find out after you are defrauded that, oh, this my friend was defrauded by the same person. You can find out before. Ask questions. People are always buying online. There are genuine shops.
Someone wants to buy a Bond Street or buy a nice shirt or a suit, and right there they've seen it on Instagram. They've seen the person's profile with the number and the fact that it's going for 50% at a 50% discount. They want to.
And they are even telling you that if you don't pay early, you will run out of stock. That is another tip. Yeah. The moment they start pushing you, giving you pressure, pay. If you don't pay, if you wait 30 minutes, you won't get. That is your next tip. A genuine business person will not be pushing you to come and pay, like we would run out of stock if you don't pay, like tomorrow we are out. No. So these are basic things you can just pick up for yourself.
Wow, it's difficult. You must admit it's difficult, because for now, I've heard of people who, for example, wanted to buy a new Samsung phone. Someone wanted to buy it for the wife, and just Googled, or a new phone. Googled, a particular shop or the brand type, and the numbers came up on the internet. They called them, and because they found the numbers on the internet, the people asked that they send some money. Until before they were about to send, they paused and they realized, I don't even know where these people are. So why am I sending thousands of CDs before? So like you said, you need to pause. It is difficult, but pause. And then the best, you mentioned, actually go to the shop. Go to the shop.
That's the best option.
That's the best option. So we've dealt with the individual and what they can do, what steps they can take. What about the businesses? Now it's December, everybody's coming, the burgers are coming, everyone is coming into town. Shops will be overfilled with customers who are buying, but there will be the frosters in there as well who will be doing their things. I mean, what should they be looking at?
Okay, so with this, for businesses, I think the first thing I would say they should do, fraud evolves from process gaps, system vulnerabilities, and then people like human error, or maybe let me say people. Yeah. So I think first, what the advice I'll give businesses is before heading towards such festive seasons, what they should embark on is a self-assessment campaign of processes. Okay. So the various processes that they have to review to make sure there are no gaps that could cause any fraud or leakages. The same way there should be frequent system testing and then vulnerability checks.
But this is what you are saying. I mean, for the restaurant owner in Osu, where I know some people are from, I mean, they really, what kind of system checks are they going to be doing?
So for such people, it's quite difficult, but
they still need to take some steps.
Yes, exactly. So they should scan their environment and identify ways people can harm them.
So be on high alert.
Exactly.
High alert, basically. Now, for us, we've spoken about what the individuals can do, what the businesses can do. What about, us as companies? Well, what steps are we taking to protect our valuable customers? I don't know if you want to take that.
So on our side, what we do is, and again, we try to raise awareness, because I think that is the basic thing. Awareness is key when it comes to these fraud issues. As much as we can, so in this, we've been sending messages based on, and if you pay attention, the unfortunate thing is customers don't pay attention to messages from their service providers.
There are lots of messages coming.
But some of them pay attention, because you see, these are, apart from what we do internally, we can protect up to a certain level on our own. The human being is the weakest link in whatever situation we find ourselves. So if we are trying on our part, but the customer is not helping, it becomes a bit frustrating, and we are always asking, like, you are trying so much to educate this customer. Please don't share your PIN but this person is still sharing, then you are asking yourself, what can you do?
I mean, I've heard cases where they say even we need to introduce local languages, for example. Systems where people in the villages who might not be very conversant when it comes to digital literacy can. So these are some of the things we should be looking at going forward as well.
So in some of our adverts, we do local languages, purely local languages, but still, the person will just get a call from somebody. It's not somebody, if you've listened to some of the recordings, it's not somebody who is even fluent in whatever language the person is speaking, but they are still giving them whatever information. So on our side, we will plead, please pay attention to whatever we are telling you, because it's from everything we do on day-to-day basis. That's how come we know the trends that are in vogue and everything. So if we are telling you to not share your PIN, whatever OTP we send you is for you and for you alone. Pay attention to us.
Pay attention. Anything that has to do with the PIN, do not give it out. Never.
They will not give anything about their bank to anybody. But when it comes to mobile money, I don't know, it's like we forget that it's money.
Okay. So for us on our side, we're doing our internal, in terms of systems, deployments and education and awareness creation. I don't know if Masood, you have anything to add? She said literally everything.
Yeah, she said it all. But I think I have had instances where they don't intentionally share their PIN, but maybe you're in a Trotsky, you're sitting beside someone, and you'll be doing a transaction whilst the person is looking at. The person might not let you see he's looking at, but the person is actually looking at your PIN. So whenever it gets to your entering your PIN, maybe you should find a way to hide that. But you do it thinking maybe you are not paying attention to the person next to you, so you are thinking the person is not watching, but actually the person is watching. At the end of the day, the person might find a way to steal your phone. The person is beside you. The person can pick your phone, alight, and then the person gets to withdraw your money. He dumps your phone somewhere. He has your money. You are doomed.
Wow. That's. I mean, thank you so very much. I'm very grateful for this. I wish we had more time, but some of us have to travel. We need to go places and all, but including myself. But 2024. I mean, what are you looking forward to? What are you expecting? Is it more, should I say, digitally, aware consumers? What are you looking forward to when you think of 2024 and the fraud scene?
Okay, so as much as I wish I could say 2024, the fraud issues will come down, but unfortunately, it's not promising. So 2024, I'm expecting that we as individuals, we would take control of our financial security, because nobody can secure you like you can. If we do everything like I said, and then you are giving away the information that are supposed to be meant for you alone, we still won't get anywhere. So 2024, I'm expecting individuals that will take charge and would invest in, as much as we are investing in the social media platforms, we are taking advantage, we should also learn about them. We shouldn't just be interested in using them. We should learn about all the things that we cannot know everything, but learn something about what you are using, so that if something goes wrong, you can protect yourself.
Masood, anything from you?
Okay, in 2024, my expectation is, we are doing it already, but maybe we can improve that. Our collaborations, yes, we really need this. And then also, I expect the customers to be reporting details of their fraud cases. I think this will help protect someone. If you have been impacted, please report whatever issue that happened to you. Report it as it is, so that we can be able to put in measures to protect others as well.
Thank you so very much, Masood and Regina. I mean, we don't take your time for granted. I appreciate you coming in. Very, very grateful. This has been a rather short conversation with two of the very best when it comes to the fraud scene in the country. Basically sharing nuggets of wisdom and insights into what to look out for, what fraud types you should be very, wary of within this season. The advance fee payment. Do not pay for things you have not received. Do not do that. And the charity schemes. It's Christmas. It's New Year. People are using your soft spot to get you to depart or part away with your hard-earned money. Be very careful. Do your checks. And also social engineering. People are calling you and telling you that they've sent money to you, or someone is sick, so send money so that they can save them. Be very, very careful. As Masood and Jenna have stated, pause and think. Do not act in a rush so that you end up losing your valuable property, finances, as well as key information. Protect yourself. And as industry as well, we'll continuously do what we need to do to also protect you. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another Chamber Dialogue episode on the channels of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications. We will continue to do our advocacy, and hopefully we'll see improvement in the fraud landscape. My name is Bobby Osei. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you. Thank you.
stays.
Fellow Ghanaians, to easily check the number of SIM cards registered to your Ghana card, please use the short code *402*1#. You can follow the following steps to find out how many SIM cards are registered to your Ghana card. Step 1. Dial the short code *402*1# on any network. Step 2. Enter your Ghana card PIN. Make sure you enter letters and figures without any spaces or hyphens for verification, just like this. Step 3. Make sure you enter your date of birth in numbers with the day followed by the month and the year you were born in without any spaces or hyphen for verification, just like this. Step 4. Once verified, you will receive an SMS with a list of mobile numbers linked to your Ghana card, including the corresponding networks. Now, if you identify any unknown mobile number or numbers linked to your Ghana card, please visit the service center or retail shop of your service provider for a delinking of the number or numbers. For more information, call 100 on all networks or NCA on 0800-110-622. Remember to register your SIM cards before the 31st of May 2023 to avoid being deactivated from your network. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications with information provided by the NCA.